Hi, traders, and welcome. It's been a while since I made a video, and I thought this would be a good time since we are in some volatile times right now in the market. So I'm going to do an update on the S&P and on silver. So let's start. This is the S&P index, and I'm going to zoom out first on a monthly chart just to show you what I'm seeing. So when we zoom out to the monthly, this chart obviously looks really good, right? This is from the beginning of time. This is like back in, I think all the way over here is like 1900. One reached the high was the stock market crash, the Great Depression, back in 1929. So that was one, corrected down for two. And then we got a three and a four here. This was 1974, and then five completed in 2000. That's how I see it. So that was one. And then we corrected. This is 2009, so the end of the financial crisis from 2008 to 2009. So that was one and two. And then I think three ended here in 2018. And then they made an expanding correction. And the low was the COVID low, 2020. So I think that's four. And now I think we're in the fifth wave, but I don't think that the fifth wave is done. So this is the monthly chart. So this is a shout out to KG. This is what I am seeing on the S&P. So let's drill down into this to see where we are. So we're in the fifth wave, but I don't think the fifth wave is done. So if we drill down to go down to a daily, so here's the COVID low back here. S&P was at about 2180. And since then, we've gone one, two. So this low here was 2022. And this gets a little sketchy on what they're doing here because this low did not break that high, the one. So it's possible that this was three and this is four. And now somewhere up here is the fifth wave. And then we're going to be done. And the S&P then is going to have a one heck of a correction coming. But I don't think that's what is happening here because of the price action that's happening up here. Like price is just going nowhere. Like it's just going sideways for, well, I mean, we made a high in October, and I think that's the third wave. And then we just been chopping up and down, up and down, up and down, and going nowhere. This feels very corrective. I mean, it would have to really start going south for me to think that the high was made. When was that high? January 28th. Got to 7,002. I don't think that's the end of the fifth wave. So instead, what I think is this is a 1-2, and then this we're in the third wave now, and this is another 1-2. This feels like correction. So I think this was three, and we're in four, and I don't think the fourth wave is done. And then we'll go break the high for the fifth wave, but of the third wave, not the fifth wave. So I'm seeing more up. And what I'm thinking over here, I'm going to zoom in, is that this is an expanding flat. So like I said, I think we finished three in October. Big three wave move down. And then this, I had like a little leading diagonal correction and up. So three waves for B. And then what I think they're doing here is they're making a diagonal. Thus the reason for all this crazy choppiness. I mean, one day it's up and the next day it gives it all back. If it goes down, comes storming right back. So if we zoom in, I think This was one at the beginning of February, quickly made it a two. And now I think this is a diagonal itself for the inside the third wave. So I think this was one, two, three, four, and then they broke it today, broke that previous low. So we've got five waves, and I think that'll just be the the A wave or the first wave of the third wave. So I'm expecting, and I don't even know if this fifth wave is done yet, but so they might push it down a little bit more to break today's low. But then we're going to get a little correction and then one more down. And that'll be the third wave. So then that'll be one, that'll be two, this will be three. And then they're going to come up again for four and then down for five. Now, the target for the fifth wave is 66.34 down to 66.01. Somewhere in here would be a perfect place for them to end. And then we would have a nice five wave move down and give us this running flat look. So then this would be A, B, C for four, and then we should be marching up for the fifth wave. So I would say probably got another 2 to 4 weeks or so of down, well, of choppy, down. And then you're going to get that fourth wave. The fourth wave will actually come up pretty, 100, 120 points or so. And then you come back down for the fifth wave. And then that'll all be five wave move for C and then take off. So I think it's just going to be choppy for a while. So if you're not in it, or if you got some extra money, I'd still wait. I wouldn't get caught in trying to buy this low because I think there's still going to be one more. I mean, you could play for a quick trade, 2 or 3, maybe a week of up for the four before it comes back down. But I would definitely be getting ready to buy. And if this plays out, then this will confirm what I'm thinking, that this is one and this is two, three, four, and five, and that'll be the third wave, and then we should get a four correction before we go back up for five and break that high again. So it'll be very choppy for quite some time, because we're just going to finish four, go up for three, and then come back down for another four, and then go up for five. So it's just going to be very frustrating. It's probably going to take some time still. 3, 4, 5, right? Because the four then, yeah, I mean, because this four correction will take, well, it won't take this long probably, but it'll be, how long was this? This was January, to October. Yeah, I don't think it'll be that long, but this correction, this four correction, could definitely take 3 to 6 months. So it's going to be frustrating for a while, but so that's why if you could have patience, 6600s I think is like really a great place to be looking for this third wave to finish. All right, let's take a quick look at silver, since silver's been super crazy here. So ever since this low back in last April, like silver's just gone parabolic. Just, I mean, straight, especially like from actually, one of these lows here, like last October. I mean, just boom, straight up. And then of course we had the big 30% sell off in one day, biggest correction in silver either ever or in like 50 years or something. So in these ways, it gets really hard. I don't even know if I like my 3, 4, 5 count here. This just gets really hard to count. It's very possible that a major top is in for silver at 121. and now we're going to be just in a very long correction, and who knows where, down into the 40s maybe, and it's going to take months for silver to correct. Um, so if we drill in even further, let's go down to a 2 hour. So here's the big drop, and it was a clear three-wave drop. So it's possible that that's all the correction. Three waves, boom, down, and now we're going to march up to go break the high. For those of you who really follow silver, you know that there's extreme shortage of silver, especially in the CME vaults. They don't have a whole lot, especially if everyone that's doing futures contracts wants their physical silver instead of just cashing out their contracts for cash. So the CME might have some issues if they have to physically deliver as much silver as people have contracts for. But anyway, what I'm seeing so far, so like I said, we got three waves down, and so far we just have three waves up. So we made that low at 64, and then we've gone three waves up. Perfect target. This blue box was the perfect target for a third wave. So far coming down, we do have a nice three-wave move down, very quick. So it's possible that they're making a leading diagonal. And we got 1, 2, 3, and then that low of 77 was 4. Now it's got to prove itself and go up and break this 94 one more time for the fifth wave. And if they do that, then silver looks really, really good. Then you definitely want to be getting ready to buy. You would want to wait though, right? Because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they break 94 before they break 77, they could break 77. I guess this could be this 1, 2, 3. Maybe they'll make like come up one more time, 1, 2, 3, but it can't go very far below 77 because then that doesn't look quite like a diagonal. But anyway, so if they can break 94 again and give us a five-wave move, then you just want to wait for a correction, and it probably coming down into 80ville, and then you want to be buying because then silver's going to be going much higher. So silver's got to prove itself, and this price action so far looks horrible. I gotta admit, if you want a fifth wave, I mean, because if you look at like wave one, like just took off in real small corrections and got there pretty quick. Third wave too, just kind of just melting up, and then it finally gave a correction in the middle here before last wave up. This though is taking its time, and it's just very range bound, very choppy. So, I mean, it's possible that, let me clear this out, that we need three waves for this diagonal because all this is just three-wave movements. So it's possible that that's the first wave, like an A wave, and then this was a B wave down to here, not that line, down to here. So like an A and a B, and now they're gonna have to go up pretty quick here for a C wave. But boy, it's not looking like it's going up. So what it literally, like next week, it's going to have to like really start charging. And if it could get above this red box, which is, well, basically get above it would have to be 89. If it gets above 89, then that's looking really good that it's going to break 94 and give us the fifth wave. But I don't know. This is looking really, really slow and not very bullish to me. So, I mean, I guess it's possible that maybe the fourth wave isn't even in, and this was just an A wave, and now they're just giving like a big kind of like B wave. Maybe they'll come up and just break 86 one more time, come back down, just barely break it, and this will be 4, and then you get a strong move for 5. So let's watch this. I mean, if it does break 77, just watch. If it just kind of breaks it and then starts reversing hard, you might want to take a shot. I'd have a tight stop, but you could play for a nice move up to 94 if it breaks 77. Because that would be nice. So that's what I see on silver. It's got to prove it. I mean, it definitely has to break 94 to give 5 waves. Otherwise, this could be like just a 3-wave there, 3-wave there, and then it's going to do like a 1, 2, maybe 4, 5, or 3 ways down. But it could be coming all the way down to 64 then if it doesn't get going here pretty soon. So that's what I'm watching for silver. If it can break 94, then just wait for the correction, and then silver looks good to be going all the way back up and making a new high. All right, that's what I see on those two. Hope it helps. Good luck. Talk to you guys soon.